Well, it looks like we're finally seeing some green. We've seen some red for a long time. Is this the end? Well, that's dependent on one thing, and as the saying goes, stocks take the stairs on the way up, not the elevator. They take the elevator on the way down. So we definitely want to see the stairs here. We took the elevator on the way up previously, and that led to a very solid dead cat bounce. So in order for the bottom to be in order for us to meaningfully continue a run and to see prolonged upside rather than 2-3 week maximum, essentially upside, we have to see a slowdown in the speed of this growth, the speed of this recovery, the speed of this rally. We don't want to see anything crazy. And I think that's okay. You know, if you look at the 2018 bottom, we saw a pretty aggressive downside, and then we saw a much longer path to a rally, and a rally that lasted quite long until an unforeseen event happened, and then it continued yet again. So hopefully we'll get some sort of situation like that. We see a pullback, and then we see a recovery that is longer. You know, today's obviously a great day, but we don't want to have 10 days like this in a row, or we probably wouldn't even get 10. We don't even want 3-4 days like this in a row. And then see a tremendous air pocket below where we are. So hopefully we get a red day tomorrow. Honestly, yes. Hopefully we do. And we can take things one step at a time. That doesn't mean you shouldn't buy. I think you should expect that things will be okay. But we don't want to see tremendous continuation of the move. Now, some people say we need to see high volume on the upside today. And I disagree with that. I personally don't want to see high volume. I mean, I'm not a big technical trader. That's not my area of expertise. But based on my understanding, I'm cool with seeing lower volume on up days. For one, up days tend to overall be lower volume. And two, for the same phenomenon, I feel if the volume is too high and we see a big move, that would indicate that there might be an air pocket, that everyone's rushing in all at once, and then, everyone's in, and now you're going to have an air pocket and a possible downside elevator. I think it's okay to go slow. I want to go slow and steady. I want low volume because there's tremendous cash on the sidelines. The highest level since 9/11, leverage is down, etc., etc., etc. So there's plenty of ammunition if a bottom is in. There's plenty of ammunition to keep it going. So I just want something sustainable, something solid, and I don't think we need to have super high volume or anything like that. So it's early, not a whole lot that I'm seeing happening today. There's a whole lot of recession not happening talk. I think that's possible. You know, if it's not showing up in the data really yet, I mean, we're seeing the sentiment, but that's at record lows. Meanwhile, you know, unemployment's very low, spending is very high. Nobody's really defaulting on their debt, even though we're seeing a slight uptick in that. It's not crazy, and it's not beyond normal. And if anything, we were below normal, so a little bit of an uptick is okay. And people are being compensated for that risk through higher rates. And they've known that whole thing is coming, that the defaults would exist again in the future. I mean, you know, it's just the way of the land. Anyways, again, another theme we have right now is to avoid extremes. So I think we should just simply avoid extremes and hope for the stairs, not the elevator. And I think they're tremendous prices. CRISPR, because I've talked about this stock multiple times on this channel. I have a video specifically about CRSP stock. My understanding of the Innovation Day presentation today is that the data was somewhat good. In one of the three segments that they had one group that had 100%, this is the cancer section, 100% control, and then overall for the study was 79% disease control. A lot of people think we need to get a groundbreaking discovery in this announcement and have everything be solid. It's important to note that these are early stage trials, and they're testing them with smaller doses. Editas did this in the previous eye-related trials. They saw success, few cases of maximum success, a lot of cases of some signs of success. This CRISPR case today seems to be a little bit of a similar situation. We haven't heard the follow-up from Editas. Hopefully we'll get that in the coming days. But the thinking behind the whole situation, to me, at least my interpretation of it, is they test it with lower doses, which is the data we're getting today. If they see fundamental first principle signs of success, they do another trial with higher doses. They see successes there, no crazy side effects. Then they have a reasonable assumption that their process is working. So I see this as a first step in the process working for the technologies CRISPR Therapeutics unveiled today. It is my lowest exposure of the three, Editas, CRISPR Therapeutics, and Intellia. CRISPR is my lowest exposure, but I like it nonetheless. So I'm going to diversify in there. It's about a 4.5%, almost 5% position for me. I like the stock, and the pullback I think might be erased. It's already moved quite substantially off the lows, so I think this is just a little bit of a pile on and not the full comprehensive understanding of how these trials work. So that's my take on CRISPR. Energy stocks rebounding today. It's unclear what's going to happen with the price of WTI. I mean, everyone's saying that it's going to continue to go higher. That seems to be the case right now. The supply-demand picture right now indicates that oil will go up for 1, 2, possibly even 3 years. But I'm concerned about Saudi Arabia, and particularly with Russia selling a lot of their oil and gas, etc., particularly oil, to China. Saudi Arabia has all this extra production that is not going to China. Their China exports are the lowest in several years. They've decreased them, so that oil has to go somewhere, and it's probably going to go to Europe, probably going to go to the United States. I think that's a big reason why we've seen this pullback, because the China lockdowns didn't get lifted. They kind of started to get lifted and then got reversed. So I think that's what gave us this 10% or so pullback in oil. We have to see. Biden is now going there. He was hesitant on that, and now he says he's going to meet with the king, and he did the whole murdering thing. So it's possible they pick up production. Qatar, where Elon was speaking, which had this big economic event, is now calling for more oil production. So there's a big wild card there. We have to keep our eyes on it. If there's no new oil production, nothing crazy, then expect the price to continue. If there is production, then we have to readjust when we get that data. So it's a little uncertain. I've taken my exposure down a little bit. Still have plenty of Exxon. And we'll see what happens. So that's today's video. And until next time, peace out.